Listen. Can you hear that? It's what you call sheep. Are you a sheep? Or are you a follower? As Andrew Tate said. Oh. Can't be saying Andrew Tate's name. I can. Yeah, good afternoon everybody. I'm deliberately coming on a very, very long walk after listening to some voice messaging from Gary and from Ray. And this is what I'm calling the deadline day. Final dilemmas discussed. Oh, you can't wait for this. Well, anyhow, this is a very, very long pathway down here. It will take me down to essentially a bridge, a bridge? It does take me to a bridge, but it will take me to a tiny little beach. And basically I'm just going to stand there waffling on once we get there about the upcoming Gameweek 37 deadline and the fact that I think there is going to be a lot of discussion around who to be captaining. Even I have brought in Ollie Watkins. I did that move yesterday. I did that just to get the price rise, basically. Done it, happy days, move on. I think in fact there's no thinking about it, I know for a fact that doing the dilemmas or final team selection video with the preview of going on whoscored.com sponsors the show. Get 5% off with the link Elite FPL. There'll be some lemming there for you, Ray. There'll be some lemming that will actually try that. But lemming. Can't wait to talk about that in a minute. Can't wait. But yeah, there's, when I was going through the preview of the matches upcoming and seeing that essentially Tottenham are at the moment conceding goals for fun. Aston Villa are doing very, very well at home. And it's looking like, me and Ray are both going to be predicting a 3-1 win to Aston Villa. I think most people are going to be thinking that Aston Villa have got a very good chance of getting a decent return in that particular fixture. Now, annoyingly, and it is annoying, is the fact that Aston Villa at home, as we saw yesterday, are only scoring pretty much 2 goals. The games are quite tight, like a goal in it, 2-1, 2-1, 1-0, 1-0. There has been the odd exception. Here we are, some sheep. This is what a sheep looks like. This is what certain people look like. Could argue me. But just follow the template. That is what you're looking at. So, yeah, it's a case of, from mine and Ray's standpoint, do we either A, go with the pole captaincy from FF Scout, who Watkins is leading it, and then I believe it's on Burmo, calls on Burmo, Brentford at home to Fulham. Decent fixture. Fulham's results are pretty much all over the place. Again, we'll use a Faulty Towers reference because whenever I say that name, that sentence, it's always all over the place. And certainly, it's just such a difficult game to call, that particular fixture. Aston Villa versus Tottenham is relatively easy. You could, like I said, home win. But and there's the but. Ollie Watkins, I've seen his history versus Aston Villa. It's not great. In fact, to be completely frank, it's pretty pants. To be honest, it's not good. And that's a bit frustrating from that standpoint. Now, I haven't actually looked at Mbermo returning against Fulham, but if you were to back of the two teams, who's pretty much a guaranteed winner, you're looking at Aston Villa. And really, it's funny, I know we all have to decide on the information that we've got at hand as we go into this particular game, i.e. Tottenham are going to be playing their Europa game against Man United, well, Europa final against Man United, but it's just, like I said, it's just a simple fact that Aston Villa at home, they don't score many. But, as I keep stating, they can, specifically with Ollie Watkins, he can get 2 attacker returns in that fixture. And we've got a load of wooding here, so I'll just duck underneath this. 2 seconds, bear with me. Cleared that. There's another sheep telling me what to do. Captain Ollie Watkins, Captain Ollie Watkins. Even from a mini league standpoint, I really want to, as I stated before, I really want to be getting as high as possible, considering how poorly me and Ray have done this year, to turn it around the way we have done. And we've turned it around, in my opinion, really, really well. That's fantastic. Go on, do that noise again. Go on, make that noise again. They're just laughing at the fact some idiot, some loser is recording themselves. Oh no. Someone down there with a... This is such a... This whole pathway here is essentially non-existent. No one comes down here, but that down there, that hole through there is kind of like... Well, I'll show you in a second, but... Yeah, the whole thing of Ollie Watkins being captained is going to be an interesting one, because like I said, I want to be getting as high up in the rankings as I can do. Or more specifically, if me and Ray can get 300k, that would be an incredible end to the season. Now, we're only going to have the one free transfer moving into game week 38. But I think that it's going to be a case of get that one player in. Maybe it could be Saka. I'll have to listen to Ray's thoughts on that. Thoughts? Yeah. You're a... Can't be saying that word. Cunt. Or as Ricky Gervais says, can't. You're a can't. Right, that's enough of that. But yeah, it's if me and Ray in the last 2 game weeks can get to that 300k mark and get as high up the mini leagues as possible, would be an absolute miracle. And this is where this path leads. I mean, it's not Swanland. Good Lord. Good Lord. Absolutely phenomenal. In that way is Teignmouth. This is like the perfect time to walk that way, and back there is the way I've got to go, essentially. So yeah, when it comes to mine and Ray's final decision making regarding captaincy, it could literally come down to a will. Is it going to be Haaland? Is it going to be Mbermo? Or is it going to be the captaincy poll of Watkins? I think this is the game week where, I don't know, I think maybe just play it safe. Play it safe, get through it, and then maybe thinking aloud here as I walk along this. Yeah, I think maybe it's going to be a case of, right, next week, whoever we transfer in, so for argument's sake, Saka and for Kevin De Bruyne, captain. So whoever me and Ray decide to bring in for game week 38, so the final day of the season, it's going to be a case of, yeah, that's who we're captaining. And Saka could be the best option. It's a shame that Arsenal aren't at home. I'd be more confident captain Saka next week if Arsenal were at home. I need to look and do a bit of a deep dive into look at whoscored.com and look at the last several home fixtures for Southampton. Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah. But certainly, I think this week is probably, Ray will probably agree, at least we'll have the information about, well, we know when Burmo's going to be starting. We know that Watkins is going to be starting, unless some weird decision making from Emre. But I think that, yeah, let's just do the safety move. We brought in Watkins captaining, and then it will be right. We've done that. Let's go and go into game week 38 with an attack mind, and essentially just go for it. Don't need to take a -4, unless of course, you know, we find out on game week 38 certain players aren't playing. But I'd like to think the majority of our squad, we've got enough players, or our 11 anyway, will definitely be playing. Or of our 15, we'll have 11 definite starters, which we should do. I'd like to think we will. But yeah, for anybody that is completely unaware, I have come off X. I've, not in the sense of I've removed my profile off X. I've just decided, this has nothing to do with Ray. Ray's literally come off X. He's uninstalled the app, which is good. But for me, when I was at my most depressed on last week's Saturday, yeah, when I was at my most depressed, I was just like, I can't deal with X. I'm not going to go on this platform anymore for Saturday specifically. I thought, I can't deal with this nonsense. Can't be bothered to see shite from people that have, you know, on the For You section, or just absolute garbage of, you know, the usual narcissistic posts from people. I just get bored of it. So I just didn't go on it. But it's now Thursday as I'm recording this, and I have not been on X. And by the way, this is very, very, very good for me. This is like me when I came off pornography. Oh, can't be saying that. Yeah, when I stopped watching porn. This has been I wouldn't say a challenge, but certainly what I have noticed is that I don't even need it. Do I post on X? Yeah. Every time I go on X, I simply just hit the X button, put up some pointless posts like I did yesterday of seeing the well, I don't know what you call him, this TV presenter, Blippy, that looks exactly like Mark Soverns. It's just uncanny. And I can easily just record a video, put, didn't realise Mark Soverns has gone on to children's TV now. LOL, post done. I legitimately have not looked at the top, or even seen the timeline. I've not updated it since, well, it has every time I go on X, it literally just shows me the last time I posted, when I last looked at the news feed, which says, I know for a fact I didn't look at it. It was when it was the Fulham versus Man United team news, or whatever it was. And all it's got is the Man United team news up. That is it. And then my posts from extras. Other than that, I just haven't been. I've seen notifications. It says something like 43 notifications. It's got 5 messages. I haven't opened any of it. And like with not watching porn, basically. It kind of, I don't know, from an FPL point of view, I just feel like I'm not feeling that pressure of the moves that I'm wanting to make. Because you see like really good players saying, I'm doing X move, and you think, oh God, they're 1,000th in the world, they're 10,000th in the world, they're 100,000th, oh, they're number 1 in the world. Oh, and it subconsciously gets in your mind. Now, don't get me wrong, most of the transfers that these people do are pretty much give or take exactly what me and Ray are going to do anyway. Like Watkins in for Isaac. But certainly, for me, I don't feel this. And don't be watching this thinking, God, you really are a loser, Steve. Well, I admit that I am a fucking loser, but you do it as well. I know for a fact somebody watching this does exactly the same thing. This almost FOMO way of playing FPL, and oh, this content creator's doing this content creator's doing that. Well, I want some advice. Get the fuck off social media. It's something that ironically Gary talks about whenever he asks the question, if someone's suffering from their mental health in FPL, what would you advise to do? And every single one of them, including me, says the same old line: come off social media. And I'll tell you now, it's the best thing. Well, I take that back. I say the best thing, but I certainly feel I'm not getting caught in this. Oh, I'm seeing posts from certain people that are getting on my fucking nerves and it's pissing me off. Or, like I stated before, seeing just these narcissistic individuals just uploading and reposting every fucking 30 seconds like it's dark. I'm glad I don't have to see that anymore, because I get really cynical with people. I really get, surprisingly, I get really cynical with people when it comes to social media. I really do look at their characters differently. Whether I know them or not, whether I've met them or not, I look at them in a different light on how people use social media sometimes. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, whatever. And it's the same with, I did it a few years ago. I stopped watching FPL content. I did that. I just came off it for a year, and it's annoying because the content that I consume, which is FPL Juice, Trigger Ellipses and Gary stuff, is content which I genuinely really enjoy, because it's real people, it's characters, they've all got personalities. Essentially what I'm saying is they're not boring. They're just normal regular guys just chatting absolute shite about a game that they enjoy playing, and they just go through their plans and their thought processes, which is good. They're not patronising me or going down this route of having to roll off shitty stats I couldn't give a fuck about. I just talk normally. Anyway. But that's something I'm actually really potentially tempted to do next year, which is sadly just maybe continue playing the game, but just step the fuck away from watching content and consuming it. Because maybe that may, open up my eyes a bit more into not really caring about, I should be thinking like this anyway, but not caring about what others think, and getting persuaded by, I said Trigger Lips, for example, is an excellent player, and there are thought processes in my mind which he comes out with where I think, he's right, maybe I could be doing that with my team. And yeah, I don't want to have my mindset swayed because of someone that I respect and their opinion on the game, and it's changing my own thought processes. Oh, I didn't want to be doing this, but now because he's doing it, subconsciously I'm thinking, well, if he's doing it, I should be doing it. But yeah, it's like I said, I just thought I'd get that off my chest, because there may be somebody that follows me on X and thinking, oh, why haven't you replied to my, they won't be, why haven't they replied to my response on X, or why haven't you seen my notifications? Because I haven't been on it for 5 days. Simple as it gets. And I genuinely, I mean this, it's the same with porn. Oh, bleep that bit out, Gary. Same with porn. I used to be really bad with porn, really bad. It used to be a daily thing. Sometimes it was 3 or 4 times a day. And then after a very long period of time, a bit like again with anybody with an addiction, I just slowly cut it down to where Now I only consume it when I feel like I'm in control now. I feel like, for me, I'm now in control of watching pornography rather than pornography being in control of me. And God, this is turning into a Total Stealer podcast. Save for that. And for me, coming away from porn, and then whenever I do go back on it, I am legitimately horrified by what I see. I find it fucking absolutely disgraceful. Some of the thumbnails, shall we say, that are available, and the sex that, another word I can't be saying, sex that's involved. It's just fucking disgusting. And so when I, again, a bit like with FPL, when it comes to watching content, I choose the content that I like to watch, and that's it. I'm not going out the way to watch whomever it may be because someone's told me, oh my God, you've got to watch this video because of... I might do out of respect to you, but to be honest, I don't care. They're not going to say anything different that I haven't said or my favourite content creators have said. And like I said, it's the same with pornography. I will choose the videos that I enjoy consuming, so to speak, and that's it. You know, I know this is taking a bit of a dark turn, but it's just the truth of a loser walking on a poxy path like this. But yeah, what about that for a deadline day video? Anyhow, I'll leave you with this image here. See you later.